So, I'm back from LA. It was a hell of a fucking awesome time. It was a lot of work just running the tournament and then doing all the TGS stuff and just whatever. Didn't really get as much chill time as would have liked to, see the sights, but it was still a very awesome and fun time. I should have vlog footage up tomorrow. I just didn't really want to edit while I was quote-unquote on the road, but since I'm home now and just chilling, I should be able to get that up. And then after Sunday, I am going to try and get back to my usual upload schedule, get the LP back up again. But I do start up school next week, so we'll see how it kind of works in with that. But yeah, anyways, hey guys, well, we got a match here today against They Call Me Rain, or just Rain, whatever. It's a final match for the Black2 OU tournament that was on Sunday. Yeah, I got into the finals because fucking I lost to PK early, bought back in. I only bought back in once each tournament, just saying, and a lot of people did that too. A lot of people actually bought back in more, but really the only reason I ever had to buy back in is because of fucking PK. This is like, seriously, you get paired up against PK, but Rain got lucky against PK, so I didn't have to fight PK in the finals of this, so that kind of worked out for me. But teams, I'm using that one Rain team. He's just using standard hyper offense team, so I gotta kind of be on my toes. But threats on his end really like the only two things that don't threaten me are the Deoxys and the Keldeo, just because Keldeo I can deal with fine. Deoxys, it's just Deoxys, but the rest of them really high offensive threats, so I just gotta make sure I watch them well enough, but I should be able to check most of them. But leads, I thought he would lead with like his Thunderous or his Deoxys, and I thought, let's just get my Rain going right off the bat. Since he doesn't have his own weather, I'd rather Politoed die than anything else looking at his team, because I should be able to deal with landers just fine, even without my Politoed, so I just lead with that. And he leads off Deoxys just to get all of his hazards going, and I really have no surefire way to deal with Deoxys really quick anyway, so I'm kind of at the mercy to let him set up hazards either way, even if I switch out or not. But I'm just going to stay in and keep scalding, try and take him out. Eventually, like I said, I'm at the mercy of him getting his hazards up, so I'm just going to have to let him. But they're not really too much of a concern to me, because since his team is more of a volt-switching momentum offensive team, I really don't have to switch that much to deal with most of it, I would think, because I do have some solid stay-in checks I can deal with a lot of his dudes, so whatever. But take out the Deoxys eventually. He's going to go into Thunderous, and I figure, okay, I can live a Volt Switch, or whatever he wants to do, at least one of, because I know he's probably not going to stay in and go for like a Thunderbolt, or he probably won't have Thunder, so I just go for the Scald. He goes into Ronin predicting the Scald, doesn't do too much. I would have liked to burn, but I didn't get it, so he's just going to Volt Switch out, which makes me think he might be like Scarf or something, but then again, all Rodents carry Volt Switch anyways, but the fact they had no item kind of leads to suspicion. But he's going to go back into Thunderous, knowing he can live a hit, and trying to hit me with a Focus Blast, predicting the Mammoth Swine, predicting me to predict the electric move. Also, he didn't have Volt Switch, so I'm pretty sure he has a Mammoth Swine in mind, but yeah, the Focus Blast unfortunately misses. Really just sucks a lot, because probably would have killed off the Politoed too, but if he was Scarf, maybe I would have had a chance to live, I'm not sure. But then again, like I was saying before, I don't really need Politoed in a sense, and would have left me free, and it should have bring in something else on that Thunderous, so, whatever. But now he's going to go to Ronin. Volt Switch takes me out easily enough. Makes me think he might just be Specs. Not sure if it's Scarf, but we'll see later. But I'm going to go into Jirachi, because he does bring in the Genesect. I know Flamethrower won't do anything because of Rain, so I figure I can just get my rocks up and do whatever the fuck I want, because he doesn't have a download boost, so I should be able to take hits okay enough. But those Bug Buzzers are actually doing a pretty decent chunk, not going to lie. But after I get my rocks up, I'm like, okay, well, I don't really need Jirachi much anyway, so I might as well just try and get Paralyze on this thing. So I actually do get it off, and I'm like, okay, well, like I said, I'm kind of leaving in Jirachi's Death Fodder at this point, so I'm just going to start Iron Heading him. And, that's just what I'm going to proceed to do until he breaks through and kills me, because it's like, I might as well try and get some damage off. Even though I don't really need it, I might as well try and get some off just to do it, But he's going to go back into Rotom, and I noticed that I'm actually faster, so that's going to be a good little bit of knowledge. I'm kind of leaning more or less towards him being Resto Chesto, but there is a possibility he could be running like a bulky Specs set, so I'm going to kind of play it right now like it's more Specs than it is Resto Chesto. Really probably not the best idea ever, but the thing is, I mean, I can kind of play them the same way anyway, so it's not going to be too huge of a difference. But I'm going to go into Terrakion, just because I knew I could probably kill Rotom with a close combat. But I actually go for Stone Edge, predicting him to go to his Landers, predicting the close combat. But he goes out to Genesect to die. Luckily, my Stone Edge hits, so I'm able to take him out, so that's kind of cool. But now, he's getting on a Keldeo. I cannot stay in, and I figure he won't have an Ice move, so I should be able to go out to Dragonite freely. Should be able to take one of any move, roost up, and then start just fucking with him. Because literally his name is Fuck With Me, so I'm going to fuck with him. But, yeah, he actually sets up a substitute, so that's just fine by me, because then I know I can easily take a hit no matter what, and then I can start roosting up. So I see that damage from the Hydro Pump. I just really want to break the sub at this point. I figure eventually he'll just want to switch out on his own, so I should be able to take advantage of that later on and go for Roost instead of going for Roost now. So I'm going to go for Roost now, actually, as he switches out to his Rotom, because I might as well take that opportunity. It's like, I could have Thundered there, and then I would have killed the Rotom maybe, and then it wouldn't have even been in my hairs anymore, but I'm not really too concerned with it, because I'm still thinking like Specs or Resto Chesto, but then I see the rest, I'm like, alright, it's Resto Chesto. That shouldn't be too hard to deal with, just considering the fact that, he shouldn't be able to damage any of my Pokemon too hard that might want to come in. Mainly my Dragonite should be able to deal with it just fine, but I just go for Hurricane, because I thought he might Volt Switch or go for a Trick, because like I said, I'm still playing like it's Specs up until that point, so I was like, if he's going to trick me as Specs, I'd rather be locked into Hurricane than anything else. And then Hurricane did a huge chunk, though. I don't have that much special attack investment in my Dragonite, so it's like, whoa. But there, I knew he was going to Volt Switch out, probably to Landorus or something, so I'm just going to go for the Dragon Tail to phase out whatever he wants to try and bring in to take on my Dragonite. And I phase him back into Rotom, which is actually perfect, just because, as you saw before, he can't do too much damage to me. So I really have free reign against this Rotom at this point, but just going to go for Roost to get back up to my Multiscale. I know he might go for Volt Switch. I also know that whatever he does, you know, I'd rather have that little buffer than not. But I'm just going to go for a Thunder right here. He does miss his Hydro Pump. Not too huge of a deal, because I think eventually I would have roosted anyways. It's just at this point, he doesn't have a too solid way to deal with Dragonite, so it's not really going to work in his advantage to have this Dragonite alive, but he can't do much about that. But I do go for the Dragon Tail there, because I thought he would just Volt Switch out, and he does notice I am going for the Dragon Tail, so you want to try and get a chance to go into his Landorus from that Dragon Tail, but it just goes right back into Rotom, which is kind of funny. It's like, yeah, Dragon Tail is actually working in my favor. Who knew, right? But I'm able to take him out with a Thunder, so that's awesome, because now Rotom's out of the way. I did notice that my HP should be high enough to where I would be able to get back up to Multiscale from leftover, so I don't have to worry about roosting there. But now he's going to go on a Landorus. I should be able to take this well enough and then go for a Hurricane to take him out. I do take that with a bit over half, so even if I didn't have Multiscale and I was still at pretty high health, it would have lived. But now I'm just going to hit him with a Hurricane, and that is easily going to take him out. And he also was Life Orb, so I think he was talking about running a Rock Polish set, if I remember correctly. But whatever the case, I kill him off with a Hurricane. He brings in Keldeo. It's his last dude. Can't do anything, so he's just going to run to just save time, because it's like, fuck it, whatever. So that's actually going to be the match. So GG, Rain. Kind of a lot of Dragonite destruction there, but, you know, there's a little bit of hacks here or there, but still Dragonite was like, woo. But I guess his team just really wasn't prepared for that kind of Dragonite in the rain, you know, so it just worked out in my favor that I brought that Dragonite. So, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Actually, I already spent the little bit of chump change I got from that little tournament. Bought Transformers Fall Cybertron, had to get a new DS charger because someone took it at the tournament, and then gonna try and get a couple other things, maybe save it for other shit. But, yeah, I guess that'll be it for today. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Such blah. Rick, I'm a sub, and later, guys.